Hi, welcome again to the weekly edition of GCF Peel Talk. And I'm Pastor Jonathan Bernardo. This week's weekly devotion takes us to Matthew chapter 11, verse 28, where it says, "Come to me, all you who are weary and burdened, and I will give you rest." The young people at GCF Peel actually met yesterday after church, and this was the verse that we talked about for the duration of our time together. And let me just share with you some of the things that we talked about as we piece this wonderful and well known verse together. It starts off by saying, "Come to me." And this is an invitation from Jesus Christ that he makes to us personally. And it indicates the fact that he is open, he is ready, he is willing, and he wants to get us from where we are to where he is. Come is an awe inspiring offer from Christ. There's a strong tone of urgency to this plea from Christ. You see, the Jewish religious life, especially when you look at the Old Testament, is centered around the idea that you cannot simply go to God. You have to be represented, which is why God ordained the office of the priest. God is holy, so no unholy thing can come to even catch a glimpse of God's glory. So, this is quite a revolutionary thought that Christ expresses, that you and I can simply come to Him, who is the exact image of who God is. That word come, that invitation reminds me also that faith involves movement and taking a step towards Christ. It's not stagnant by any means. Come to Jesus. Faith requires moving towards Christ, the one and only one appointed to save us. Reminds me also that God wants me to take me from where I am. We come not because we are deserving or worthy. In fact, we're not. We come because the invitation has been made. For those seeking to be saved, Christ's call to come is the same call he makes to believe in him. To others who already have stepped towards Christ, it is now a call to be totally under his care. The first thing we should realize about this invitation is that Christ wants to move us toward him. He believes there's a problem where we are. He wants to take us from where we are towards him. The invitation didn't say come to religion. The Bible never ever says that. It didn't say come to church either. You know, it's possible to come to church and not be with Jesus. Jesus said, "Come to me." Many come through the halls or online sessions of churches nowadays, attend prayer meetings and fellowship and worship gatherings, but have remained unchanged because many come to church but have not come to Christ. I hope that's not you nor I right at this moment. Coming and taking are easy. And you know what's not easy? Letting go. Letting go of our independence, letting go of what we have been clinging to. Coming to Christ and taking what he offers is hard when our hands and our hearts are full of what we perceive to be what we can give or what can give us satisfaction and fulfillment. We have to abandon those ideas and come to Christ. The invitation is for all of us. We're all stricken. All of us can come. It is very personal. It's an intimate invitation. And it says, all you who are weary and burdened, carrying a load that's heavy. But there's one thing that Jesus is more concerned about with us when he issued this invitation. He described a grave condition of those he's inviting. He extends the invitation to all who are weary and heavy laden. Heavy laden here means weighed down, to place a burden upon, to load as when placing a load upon the back of an ox. Taken in context, it means to be oppressed by legal burdens. Worry, on the other hand, means to labor, toil, expend great effort in hard and disagreeable work, to grow weary, tired, labor to the point of exhaustion. It is an ongoing condition which no doubt describes man's unending efforts to deal with sin, its guilt and personal misery, whether by some form of religious legalism or by whatever method or human strategy he seeks to deal with the emptiness and frustrations of his soul. And finally, and one of the most liberating part is, and I will give you rest. There is that promise from the promise giver, from the person who provides that peace. Rest is now not something you and I have to pursue or acquire or get on our own, but something that Christ provides. I will give you rest. He is the only one who can give that genuine rest. So if you are burdened today, if you're carrying a heavy weight upon your shoulders, the weight of your sin, the weight of addiction, the weight of strained relationship, the weight of hopelessness, and the weight of sin mostly, come to Christ. He promises to give you that rest that has eluded you for such a long time. I pray that this short devotion this week has been a blessing to you until we see each other again next week. God bless.